Hey beauties, good afternoon to you. Listen to me, beautiful people. This is not the only reason, but it is a major part and parcel reason. So one of the fundamental reasons or a significant reason why men disrespect women, especially verbally, when they hurl their vitriol, their nefarious, words, their malevolence on us as women, it's because we allow it. We support it. We eat it. And I'm saying this sometimes, when you scroll the internet on the different social media platforms and you hear men tearing women to shreds and other women joining forces, joining hands, hearts, and minds and souls with these men against other women. And they're not thinking that there can come that time when something nefarious happens, something, a malady, and that same man ends up vilifying you. That same man ends up treating you like dung, which is cododo. That's how they end up treating you because of you allow it. So you break that wall of that boundary line. They have no respect for you, really. There was no need in the initial stages for them to seemingly disrespect you, but as soon as as soon as an adverse situation strike, that is when you'll know the real individual. When you sit and you laugh with them, you're sowing seeds for the same discord, disunity situation to reach you or to reach your child. Karma is certainly a bitch, a bitch, and it is no joke. It is not so much likened onto a female dog. I was trying to do some research to say, if it had anything to do with that. No, it's just that when normally when people call you a bitch, it is always used in a negative. It is not, generally, because you'll have this say boss bitch and all of that, but it's still synonymous to something very shrewd. Is a person that you don't play with, be it on the so-called good side or be it on the bad side. It's like a surety of something coming to you. Do you understand what I'm simply saying? Please, when you're doing it to those women, you're doing it to yourselves. You just don't know it yet, but you're going to reap that reward. Ladies, you're sowing seeds for the very same thing to happen to you. When you do same, when you sit and you laugh with men just saying, and woman is this, and tearing her to shreds, speaking about her anatomy, likening her to something awful. I see on TikTok, it becomes a trend now where people digging up information about people and their families, putting up pictures of people. Let me tell you something, a lot of sewing is going to eventually go on, Some of you are going to be imprisoned. It's going to reach a point where some of you are going to be imprisoned because of what you're doing, the malady you're creating, the mayhem that you're creating in the lives of others and bringing in people and thinking it is okay. I say, once they talk about me, I have all rights to. No, you don't. No, you think you do, but you do not. You do not. Some of you, trust me, definitely laws of God will be coming for you, but the laws of man will certainly be coming for you as well. Some of you are, I can't even say despicable human beings. It's too mild a term to use. I don't even consider some of you human beings. It's just unfortunate that you're still existing because you refuse to change and you want to feel as though you're a big bad wolf. Not one human being is a big bad wolf. The only big bad wolf is God. And you're going to pay the piper. When I see the decadence, when I see the vitriol, vilifying others, the malevolence, let me tell you something. I don't even know how other people talk to some of you. I don't know, and I'm not in the business of keeping malice or having this, sort of psychological abuse going, where you malice people, where you give them the silent treatment permanently. But some of you really are a sad excuse of human beings. When you dredge up some things and speak on some things, I guarantee you, it's good. There's going to go. Let me tell you something. Evil, as a man said, evil can't plan or it won't last. There's going to come a time when some of you're going to be charged. You're going to be imprisoned for it. You hear? It's not going to last. You're not going to just feel like you can just run this thing run the place red. You know? You're not gonna feel like you can just run the place red by bringing up pictures of people doing the, you know, and I mean, really shaming them, body shaming them, psychologically shaming them, bringing up their family members, their children, their everything about them. Are you guys crazy? Maybe they won't do it, but maybe their children or their spouses will sue you for what you're doing, and they can on their end talk about defamation of character and embarrassment and humiliation. Something needs to be done. The laws of the land need to come in. It is getting way out of hand what I'm seeing going on now. You know, I don't care about whatever personal issues you have with people. Some of you act as if you're the only ones that have personal issues with people. And many of us, we don't do this and operate this way. There has to be some level of decency and order and decorum. They're going to hold you accountable, guaranteed. I won't even say some of you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. It makes no sense to even say that to some of you. Your consciences have been snared. It has been siphoned off. It has been there. It doesn't exist. And the only thing that can work in people like you position is the same treatment that Nebuchadnezzar got, where he talked about he was going to ascend his throne in the heavens, spoke like Lucifer, lived like an animal for 7 years. God beat him to shreds. He lucky he survived. Some of you are beyond despicable. I said to myself, there is no possible way. There is no possible way other humans really can be comfortable watching this, especially when you see men doing it. You see men doing it, saying this about other women, go on whatever, up your mother, what not, you under you is the, what? God have a fine beat put on for you know. God has a fine beating waiting for you. You think it's just gonna go like that? You think it's just gonna go like that, and you don't even know what kind of relationship that person has with God? Remember the story of Moses and Miriam? These were all godly people, so to speak, in a sense, you know. And when Miriam spoke negatively about Moses because of Zipporah, she was from a different nation. You know, like how you have some families, if the person black, you know, like how in Jamaica we have this way of saying big, fat, black and ugly. She wasn't like that. I think she was beautiful, but, you know, because she was of a different nation and her skin color probably would have been different, she was kind of being, you know, condescending and putting her down and almost wanting her brother to do away with her. Spoke negatively to her brother when God said, when she placed her hand in her pocket, it came out leprous. God said, touch not my anointed. Don't do it, although it was not indicative in that sense, but basically, you know, it leads up to that saying. And when she put it back, it was healed. Like God said, this is a warning I'm giving you, and it was a stern warning, a strong one that she followed instantly, because she realized what would happen after that. She realized what would have happened after that, and it's not that Miriam wasn't a good person, but her mouth just got the better of her, and God had to say, excuse you. Some of you, I believe that maybe it's a spirit, it's a generational curse that is upon you, why you feel comfortable behaving this way as men, tearing women to shreds, even women upon women too. That's another one. But it's this beyond despicable to see men doing it and women lauding and praising and and laughing, feeling good, not knowing that their day of reckoning is coming and a proper beating is awaiting them. Women, don't laugh. It's not a good thing, because I guarantee you, when you do that, the right time will come when the very same thing happens to you. The right time will come, and it's not going to just stop with you, because it's going to be a tough lesson. I tell you, it's like gravity. When you throw up a ball, it goes up at a particular, you know, in terms of speed, but when it comes back, the speed is double or triple, depending on how far up it goes, and it's coming back down. Depending on how far up it is and when it's coming back down. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be very vigilant. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message, please.